Ball 1 to Bosco. That's down low, and it's 2-0. That's down and away, 3-0 to one of the best hitting catchers in the ICL. On deck is the first baseman, Kyle Brennan, and Brennan will get a shot with a runner on and 2 out. Brennan entering play batting .312 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. So after 2 outs on 3 pitches, 4-pitch walk to Bosco. Now the cleanup hitter coming up. It is a lefty against lefty matchup, though. Let's see if he takes advantage. It's strike 1 on the inside corner, 0-1. Brennan in his first season with the Bulldogs. Runner goes, the pitch is swung on and missed. Throw down to second is not in time. You know, Bosco, one of the best offensive catchers in the ICL. Not just at the plate, but also on the bases. That's his second steal of the year. Far off the pace he had last year, though, when he had 14 steals. He has 21 now for his career, and this is 3rd season as that's fouled off. Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Well, I do have a different YouTube video going for this broadcast, so I guess it is an official broadcast, but anyways. All right. Remember, at Morelli Field, when it's fouled onto Tremont Street, it's an official broadcast. Anyways. 0-2 the count to Brennan. And the pitch on the outside corner, strike 3 called, and nothing comes out of the 2-out walk and stolen base. And after 1 complete, still Merchants 1, Bulldogs nothing. This is Bulldogs baseball, right? ICL baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Appreciate it. All right, so we go to the top of the second, bottom third of the order, due up for the Merchants, Zach Bunker, Joe Barry, and Mike Manoogian, and that's strike one to Bunker. That misses outside, and that evens the count at 1. Bunker, playing in just his second game in a Merchants uniform, was 0 for 1 in the season opener against Alabrandis. Bounce that one off. Makes it 1-2. You can see the cloud cover increasing. The sun pretty much obscured as we await the impending thunderstorms. Mandris delivers low, ball 2. Mandris making his 4th appearance of the season, 1-0 with a 0.55 ERA in 12 2/3 innings, as that's outside to fill the count. He's allowed 12 hits, 4 runs, only one of which is earned, walked 1, and struck out 15. I don't think even Craig Kimbrell could do that.
You don't think he could do that down here?
Maybe in here, but like...
Down here, I would think nothing gets
Yeah.
Yep.
7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming, and it's down and away. He loses him. So in each of the first 3 games here in the Interstate League Day of Baseball, the visiting team scored first, and in the first 2 instances, the Americans and the Mad Dogs, the Americans and the Chiefs, I should say, the visiting team won. So let's see if the Merchants can keep that pattern alive, as taking ball 1 here is the catcher, Joe Barry. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Barry banged .273, no RBIs. Gonna try and bunt. He pops this one up, and it is caught by the pitcher, Mandris. And in his frustration, Barry slams his bat and breaks it. So that'll bring up Mike Manoogian, the second baseman. Mandris, by the way, this is his first appearance against the Merchants this season, as that's taken for strike 1. And Mandris actually hasn't pitched in 2 weeks. His last appearance was on June 10th against Somerville. No decision, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 of which was earned. No walks and 9 strikeouts. 1-1 the count to the number 9 hitter, Manoogian, the second baseman. Manoogian swings as the runner was off with the pitch, and it's 1-2. Manoogian bagged .278 with 3 RBIs and 4 walks. It's good for a solid on-base percentage of .417. Bunker off of first, a swing and a miss, and with first base occupied, does not have to tag him or make the throw to first. 2 down as Mandris picks up his second strikeout, and the lineup turns over for Bobby Lozano, who struck out swinging on 3 pitches to begin the ball game. Leadoff man Bunker still at first after the walk, as that brushes Lozano back a bit before it comes back over the heart of the plate, but it's high for ball 1. Third baseman Moja playing pretty close to the line, as that's fouled off to even the count at 1. Runner goes, double clutch by Bosco, and they got him. Caught stealing, and it looked like the tag was a little late from here, but Bosco, great base stealer and a great catcher to get those base stealers. So after 1.5, it is still the Merchants 1 and the Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL baseball on LSP. Want Ellis? No, did that one already. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. The veteran Zach Tallis leading things off here in the bottom of the second, and he takes strike one. Tallis takes down an in, ball one. Tallis batting .240 with a team-high 6 RBIs. Swings and misses at a pitch, diving down and in to make it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Tallis is set down for out number one, and that brings up Mason Campbell, the left fielder. Campbell 1 for 9 in this his fourth game played of the season with 2 walks. That's down and away for ball one. Campbell in his first year with the Bulldogs. Takes inside 2-0. Campbell's only hit of the season came against the Merchants on June 11th. Brushes him back, and it's 3-0. Campbell also drew 2 walks in that game. Upstairs, a 4-pitch walk. That's the second 4-pitch walk that Nardone has allowed. I'll bring up the shortstop, Jonathan Rodriguez. Way high for ball one. And time is called, and after 5 straight balls, that's going to bring Joe Barry out to the mound to try and settle down Nardone. Rodriguez, 167, no RBIs. 1 walk and 8 strikeouts on the year. And he takes on the inside corner, 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2. Rodriguez 0 for his last 4, and all 4 of those at-bats came against the Merchants. Throw over to first. And back safely is Campbell. Swing and a miss. And again with first base occupied. No need to throw out the batter. And that's the third strikeout already for Nardone. That'll bring up Andrew Mochia, the third baseman. Mochia batting .167 with 2 RBIs. Bulldogs as a team hitting .292, as that's behind Mochia. On his way to second is Campbell, and the throw goes into center field. So that'll be a wild pitch and an error.
It will.
E2. So the tying run now at third base with a 1-0 count. Misses outside, 2-0. It's low, 3-0. That's the first wild pitch the Merchants have thrown this year. Number 9 hitter, right fielder Brian Goodwin on deck. At the knees for strike 1. And now Mochia will go to work. Low for ball 4. 3 walks already for Nardone. Brian Goodwin, the right fielder, will try to bring home that tying run from third. Goodwin 0 for 4 as he takes outside ball 1. 0 for 4, but has scored 2 runs this year. And he chops this one to the pitcher. Nardone underhands to first, and he gets out of trouble. 2 walks, a wild pitch, an error, and nothing across for the Bulldogs after 2 complete. Still Merchants 1, Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping. To the top of the third we go, and it'll be the top third of the order due up for the Merchants. Lozano, Coster, and Collins. Lozano 0 for 1 of the strikeout. Was at bat when Bunker was caught stealing to end the second. And he laces this one into center field for a leadoff base hit. I'll bring up Dylan Coster. Continued his insane season with a leadoff single and then came around to score. And he takes down an in ball one. Coster places college ball at Assumption, and he fouls this one the other way to even the count at 1. It's from Woburn, originally played at Division I Marist before coming to Assumption. And he grounds this one out of the reach of the pitcher to the second baseman. Hot after one to the shortstop for one. On to first, a 4-6-3 double play. So there is a big turn for Mandrus. Two out, and the base is empty for Ryan Collins, who singled his last time up. And he takes strike one. 1-0 our score in the top of the third. Upstairs, ball one, a game that has been moving much more briskly than the last game we had on this Jerry DeAngelis ICL Dave Baseball doubleheader. Either game, yeah. The first game between the Americans and the Mad Dogs went long because that was a slugfest. 2-1 the count. Fouled off, evens the count. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the first game, the first place started late because of to make sure the field was playable after the rain last night. And that skips to the backstop. Well, now the count is 2-2. I counted one more ball than there was, so 2-2 the count to Collins. Mandrus winds and delivers, and this is skied down the right field line, foul and out of play. I don't know how many Blue Sox fans are still watching, but the loss by the Blue Sox was their first loss on the Interstate League Day of Baseball since 2006. Misses down and away, full count. Payoff pitch, fouled off. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. It's one more game after this. We will not have it broadcast for you, as this is skied into center field. Back goes Hartwell to the wall, and that is rolling all the way to the wall. On his way to second and getting there standing up with a two-out double is Ryan Collins. So that double play turned on Coster looms large, as that could have made it a 3-0 ball game. With the base is empty, just one runner in scoring position. Two out for Mike Sorrentino, who popped up to short. He grounds to short this time. Rodriguez has it, fires on to first in time, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left after 2.5. Merchants 1, Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Somerville Royals. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. We go to the bottom of the third, and the top third of the order due up for the Bulldogs. Darren Hartwell, Joey Haddop, and Chris Bosco. Hartwell grounded out to second on the first pitch he saw, leading off the bottom of the first, and he takes ball one. Well, a team effort by a couple members of the Bulldogs and Merchants, as that misses for ball two. Just won a MIAA state title in baseball. Steve Busby, the DH for the Bulldogs, and Scott Searles, the longtime shortstop for the Merchants. They lead the coaching staff of the Austin Prep Cougars baseball team, and they just won an MIAA state title. So congratulations to Buzz and Scott and the rest of the Cougars, as this is grounded to second. Manoogian has it, fires on to first, one down. Of course, one of our former Blue Sox players, Sal Frelick, also played in the Super 8 for Lexington High. One down for Joey Haddop, the second baseman, who grounded out to the pitcher his first time up in the first. As that's up and away for ball one. Of course, Busby not just, a Bulldog. He has been around Boston baseball for a long time. He's played for the Reds. He's played for the Bulldogs. He's not even just played in the Intercity League. 2-0 the count. So if anybody's got the expertise to lead a high school team to a state title, as this is grounded to the right side again. Manoogian has it again. Fires on to first again. 2 down. Let's find out. Bosco walked and stole a base in the first. It's kind of like the last game where Levi Ventura kept grounding balls to the left side to shortstop. Got 2 hits out of it, too. And he pulls back the bunt attempt. They appeal to infield umpire, and it was a ball, 1-0. You never know. You could hit it too hard, or swing and a miss, 1-1. Going back to the game that was so brilliantly pitched by Tim Dunphy in the last game of our doubleheader. He only had one 1-2-3 inning. Well, this will definitely not be fielded by Manoogian. This is all the way deep to center field in front of the wall, but Lozano makes the catch, and the side is retired on just 10 pitches. And after 3 complete, Merchants 1, Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. One run, 5 hits, 1 error, 3 left for the Merchants. No runs, no hits, no errors, 3 left for the Bulldogs. As we go into the top of the 4th. 3 innings complete through 40 minutes. And the Merchants will send the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to the plate here in the top of the 4th. Brent Berry, Bryant Dana, and Zach Bunker. Berry has the lone ribby in this game, a RBI single that brought home Dylan Coster back in the 1st. Mandris delivers, low for ball 1. Fouls this one off to even the count at 1. Swing and a miss by Brendan, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Mandris. And there's 1 down. I'll bring up Bryant Dana, the left fielder, who grounded out to short to end the 1st, his first time up. Skied foul to the left and out of play. I was telling John Halsey before the game, if we have a pitcher's duel, we should be able to get this one in by the time the Storms come, and so far we've had that. 1-1 the count as that misses just inside. Last I looked at the forecast, it was looking to come in around 5:45 or 6. That misses, and it's 2-1. Hopefully that forecast holds. Fouled off. 2-2. And that is foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. Dana doesn't like the call, but he is out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mandris. That'll bring up Zach Bunker, who worked a walk his first time up in the 2nd. Upstairs for ball 1. Ball 2. Bulldogs will be back here later this week on Thursday to take on the Lexington Blue Sox, and we'll have that game here for you on LSP. Broken bat liner right back to Mandrus for the out that retires the side. After 3.5, we're halfway home. It is still the Merchants 1 and the Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Middle third of the order due up for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the fourth. Kyle Brennan, Zach Tallis, and Mason Campbell. The extent of the Bulldogs offense has been 3 walks off of Dominic Nardone. This is grounded to second. Manugian's been busy. He fires on to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. I'll bring up Zach Tallis. Struck out swinging his first time up in the second. And that's up and away for ball 1. Tallis takes on the inside corner to even the count at 1. Tallis took a year off from the Bulldogs to play professional baseball in Sweden before coming back to the Bulldogs a couple of years ago as he swings and misses. Strike 2, 1-2. Tallis started his career as a catcher for the Bulldogs, then moved to first. Now he's primarily the DH. In the hole, diving stop by Collins, but he can't recover. Beanie 6. Oh, excuse me, base hit. I thought I saw you put an E up. I'm sorry. Yep. So an infield single that breaks up the no-hitter. After 3 1/3 innings of no-hit baseball for Nardone. I'll bring up Mason Campbell. Takes ball 1. Campbell walked, but was stranded at third in the second. That's up and away, 2-0. Three and 0. Somehow Nardone can't find the strike zone against Campbell. I think you're taking all the way here if you're Mason. He does. There's a strike. 3-1, and now Campbell will go to work. Tallis with a short lead at first. The pitch, low for ball 4. Fourth walk issued by Nardone. First and second, 1 out. That puts the tying run in scoring position for Jonathan Rodriguez. Rodriguez struck out swinging his first time up in the second. All 4 of Nardone's walks have been on either 4 or 5 pitches, as that's in there for strike 1. That is to say, he hasn't had to make the batters sweat for those walks. Fouled off, and it's 0-2. Tallis at second, Campbell at first. Only 1 ball's left the infield. And that is strike 3 called. Only 1 ball's left the infield for the Bulldogs, and that was the fly ball to center by Bosco to end the third. So here's Andrew Mochia trying to keep the line moving, try to tie the game here with a base hit, but he takes ball 1, 1-0. Mochia drew a walk on 5 pitches his last time up in the second. He takes outside ball 2. He has a broken back grounder to first. This could be a tough play. Underhanded by the pitcher, Nardone, and it's just in time for the out that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. And after 4 complete, still Merchants 1, Bulldogs nothing. This is the ICL Baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Merchants here in the top of the 5th. Joe Barry, Mike Manugian, and Bobby Lozano. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, 3 left for the Merchants. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 5 left for the Reading Bulldogs. Barry popped up to the pitcher Mandris his first time up in the second. He lines this one into left field, and this will be caught by the left fielder Campbell. 1 pitch, 1 out. And now Mike Manugian, who struck out swinging for the second out of the second. He takes strike 1. Upstairs, 1-1. Mandris is in his second year with the Bulldogs, as that misses 2-1. Popped up on the infield. Coming back in is Haddop, and he makes the catch, 2 down. Mandrus was a workhorse for the Bulldogs last year, pitched in 15 out of a possible 28 games, was 1-0 with a 2.67 ERA in 39 and a third innings. He allowed 38 hits, 16 runs, 21 walks, and 43 strikeouts. Fouled off for strike 1 to Bobby Lozano. Lozano 1 for 2 with a single. When was the last time a pitcher pitched in that many games in the Intercity League? Smoked into center field, but this will come into the glove of the center fielder Hartwell, picking it up before it hits the turf for the out that retires the side. 7 in a row retired by Mandrus. He's keeping the Bulldogs in it, but the offense needs to respond. After 4.5, Merchants 1, Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. We have a pinch hitter to lead off the bottom of the 5th as Luke Hall will pinch hit for Brian Goodwin. And Hall takes outside ball 1. Hall is 0 for 10 with 2 walks and a run scored this season. That's at the knees, looked a little below, but it's strike 1 to even the count. Outside, 2-1. Hall and then Hartwell and Haddop due up. Downstairs, 3-1. Hall last played against Somerville on June 10th, went 0 for 3. Swings and misses, and that fills the count. Just 1 hit allowed through the first 4 innings, but also 4 walks by Dominic Nardone. 3-2. That was a high one. Could have been ball 4, but Hall spoils it. Nardone working from the stretch. The pitch skips for ball 4. 5th walk of the game issued by Nardone. And the Bulldogs have the leadoff batter on for the first time tonight. And that brings up the center fielder Darren Hartwell, who's grounded out to second twice tonight. See what the veteran has here. He's going to try and bunt, and it's caught by the third baseman. Throw back to first, and back safely is Hall. Great play by Coster. Hartwell is 0 for 3, and that brings up Joey Haddop. Joey's 0 for 2 with a ground out to the pitcher and a ground out to second. Bulldogs have not been able to take advantage of 1 hit and 5 walks issued by Dominic Nardone. One and 0 the count to Haddop. And he smokes this one into left center field, and that will get down for a base hit. Hall will hold at second. There's hit number 2 for the Bulldogs. It puts runners at first and second with 1 out. And now the heart of the order to come to the plate, starting with Chris Bosco. Walked and stole second in the first, flew out to center to end the third. Bulldogs with a chance to tie. They've had these opportunities this game, but have not converted. That's in there for strike 1 to Bosco. Down low. 1 and 1. Bosco's got wheels, so a double play is not a sure thing. He's got excellent wheels for a catcher, as we've elaborated on. 14 steals last year. He takes low, 2 and 1. Grounds this one down the third base line, out of the reach of third base coach Johnny Hayes to even the count at 2. Hall at second, Haddop at first. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th in what's been a 1-0 game since the top of the 1st. Up and in, full count. Lone run coming on an RBI single by Brendan Berry in the first inning. This is grounded to short, backhanded by the shortstop to second for 1. On to first, what a beautiful turn, 6-4-3. Collins with the diving stop. And that snuffs out another Bulldogs threat. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 5 complete, still, Merchants 1, Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL Baseball on LSP.
Thank you. Did Hall stay in? Johnny, did Hall stay in the game? Hall, he's in. Thank you.
LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Lexington Blue Sox host the Somerville Royals. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. Johnny, where's Bosco? Thank you. Campbell to right. New pitcher for the Reading Bulldogs is Ben Gottesman. Gottesman making his 4th appearance, no decisions, 9 innings of work, a .78 ERA. He's allowed 5 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. He relieves Alex Mandris, who goes the first 5. He is currently on the hook for the loss as that misses outside for ball 1. Defensive changes for the Bulldogs. Luke Hall, after pinch hitting for Brian Goodwin, stays in the game. He's behind the plate now. Chris Bosco moves from catcher to left field, and Mason Campbell moves from left field to right field, as it is now 2-0 to Dylan Coster. Coster singled and scored what is thus far the game's only run in the first, and ground into a 4-6-3 double play in the third. 2-1 the count now. Coster grounds this one to second. Hot up, boots it. So a leadoff error puts Coster on board. Second error of the game committed, first error of the game committed by the Bulldogs. And this is fouled off. For strike 1 to Ryan Collins. Throw back to first, and Coster is back safely. Another throw, and just barely back is Coster. Coster 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts this season. Someone hitting at the top of the order at a over 700 clip. For a guy who only has 2 extra base hits, doesn't run very often. Last pitch was fouled off, and it's 0-2. Low, and it skips away from the catcher Hall and up to second. Taking a wide turn at second is Coster. That'll be a wild pitch. I'll make it 1-2. This is grounded to the left side, fielded by the third baseman, Mochia. On his way to third is Coster. Good heads-up base running. That'll bring Mike Sorrentino to the plate. Popped up and ground out to short. And he grounds this one through the hole in the right side for a base hit, and there's a big, big insurance run for the Merchants as Coster scores. Sorrentino picks up the RBI, and it is 2-0. And will be an unearned run charged. And that's foul tipped into the mitt of Hall for strike 1.
Since 06, there had never been a 1-0 game on the day of baseball.
This is lined into left field, through for a base hit. Since 2006, there had never been a 1-0 game in the ICL Day of Baseball, and that streak will continue here. Back-to-back singles by Sorrentino and Barry. That brings up Bryant Dana. That's low for ball 1. into left field. Camping under it is Bosco. He makes the catch. No advance by the runners. 2 down. Zach Bunker will try to keep the line moving. Walk and a line out to the pitcher. And that gets in there for strike one, 0-1. In the bottom of the 6th, the Bulldogs will have the middle third of the order. Brennan, Tallis, and Campbell due up. In there for strike 2, 0-2. Coster scoring run here after reaching on a leadoff error. First and second now. 2 out. That's low. Good block by Hall. And it's 1-2. Sorrentino on second. Barry on first. Just missed outside, 2-2. At the knees for strike 3 called, and that will do it for the top of the 6th. But the Merchants get a big insurance run. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. And after 5.5, it is the Merchants 2 and the Bulldogs nothing. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. Kyle Brennan to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th as the Bulldogs try to tie this game. They've had plenty of opportunities, but they've stranded 6 through the first 5 innings. And that misses for ball 1. By the way, advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. This is into right field, but this is going to hang up long enough for Barry to track it down for out number 1. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. That'll bring up the DH Zach Tallis, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Tallis swings and fouls that one away for strike 1. Grounds this to the left side in the hole. It's going to be through, actually, from Collins. He had a play on it, but that'll be another error. That'll be the second error on the Merchants as that misses for ball one. To Mason Campbell, who's now the right fielder. He's drawn 2 walks this game. And he chops this one down the first base line, but it'll be fielded in foul territory. To even the count at 1. Nardone comes set, and the 1-1. Down and away, 2-1. All right, so he's going to be ruled a base hit for Tallis, not an error. So Tallis has 2 of the 3 hits the Bulldogs have thus far, as that misses 3-1. The same thing with Ventura's hits, as that misses for ball 4. Another walk issued by Nardone. And now Dave Elligood's going to come out to have a word with Nardone to see how they're going to attack Rodriguez, or maybe buy some time for the reliever in the bullpen. Spencer Meyer is warming up in the bullpen for the Merchants as Jonathan Rodriguez fouls this one off for strike 1. Rodriguez has gone down on strikes twice today, once swinging and once looking. That's down and away, 1-1. Tying run at first for the Bulldogs. And this is fouled off. 1-2. Five walks issued. Actually, 6 walks issued by. No, it's 5. Fouled straight back. Remains 1-2. Yeah, I know, right? But I didn't flinch because we have the backstop. 6 walks issued this game by Nardone, along with 3 hits. Check swing on the inside corner, strike 3. Rodriguez can't believe it, but he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Now it'll be up to Andrew Mochia to try and bring at least Tallis home. And Mochia fouls this one off for strike 1. Not to flinch. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know. A broken back grounder out of the reach of the pitcher, Nardone. Manoogian boots it, and everybody's safe. So some firewood from Mochia, but now the bases are loaded. With 2 out, the tying run now in scoring position for Luke Hall, who drew a walk his first time up in the 5th. And he takes ball 1. The game could be hanging in the balance here. A single, a walk, and an error. Outside 2-0. That's going to bring Joe Barry out to the mound to have a word with Nardone. Another quick trip. Hitters count for Hall. Base hit could tie the game. The pitch on the outside corner, strike one. Tallis at third, Campbell at second, Mocha at first. Ball skips away. No advance by the runners. 3-1. If Nardone doesn't get Hall, I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for him. Low for ball four, and that walks home a run. Hall picks up the RBI. Here's Dave Elligood, and that will do it for Dominic Nardone. Pitched phenomenally through the first 5 1/3, really. Worked his way out of a couple of 2-on, 2-out jams. 2-on, 1-out in a couple of instances, actually. But that is it for Dominic Nardone. We have a pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. Merchants 2, Bulldogs 1. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. For the Wakefield Merchants is the left-hander Spencer Meyer, making his second appearance of the season. His last appearance was on June 19th against the Watertown Reds, which he went 1 2/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. He faces the leadoff hitter Darren Hartwell with the game in the balance here. And he got strike 1 in there. 3 hits and 7 walks allowed in 5 1/3 innings by Dominic Nardone. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base. 5 2/3 rather. That's low. 1-1. Hartwell is 0 for 3. Hasn't hit a ball out of the infield. Grounded out to second twice and popped up to the third baseman on a bunt attempt. Just missed outside, 2-1. Campbell, the tying run at third. Mocha, the go-ahead run at second. Hall at first. Swing and a miss. 2-2. How big does that error loom right now if the Bulldogs can't convert here? It's popped up into shallow right, and it'll be the first baseman, Sorrentino, putting the squeeze on it for the out that retires the side. The Bulldogs get one, but again, that leadoff error last half inning that allowed Coster to reach and eventually come around to score is still the difference after 6 complete. Merchants 2, Bulldogs 1. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Here we go to the top of the 7th. Merchants looking to get that run back. Gottesman's still out there, and he fires in strike 1 to Joe Barry. Barry is 0 for 2 with a pop-up to the pitcher and a fly out to left. And he fouls this one off to make it 0-2. Two runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, and 5 left for the Merchants. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 9 left for the Bulldogs. Fouled off, remains 0-2. And time is called promptly by Barry. Yeah. Yep. Thank you very much. Oh, these are mint Oreos. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss with a high fastball, and Barry is down for out number 1. That'll bring up the second baseman, Mike Manoogian. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up to second. Ball 1 to Manoogian. It's in there to even the count at 1. Strike 2 as the slider comes back over the plate. High fastball evens the count at 2. As I mentioned, the Bulldogs have left 9 men on base despite only 3 hits. They've drawn 7 walks, and the Merchants have committed 2 errors for them. That is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. Actually, 3 straight strikeouts for Gottesman. And the lineup turns over with 2 outs for Bobby Lozano, who's 1 for 3. And he smokes this one out of the reach of the third baseman, Mocha, down the left field line for a base hit. Lozano on his way to second. He gets there with a 2-out double. Boy, that was smoked. One of the loudest swings we've heard all day, even louder than Ross's home run in the Blue Sox game. So that'll bring up Dylan Coster, who is 1 for 3, and he's scored both of Wakefield's runs. And he's done some heads-up base running. And he hits this one to center field, down for a base hit. Lozano being waved around third. The throw to the infield bounces before it gets to second base, and there is another big insurance run for the Merchants. It's 3-1. Dylan Coster, in his first year with the Merchants, already having an MVP-type season. He's back safely on the throw over to first. He scored 2 runs, has an RBI. And I was mentioning that heads-up base run he did on the wild pitch, and even on the ground out to third on the next batter, Collins, who's up here. Collins 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and an RBI, and he skies this one into center field. Hartwell will make the catch, and the side is retired. The Merchants get that run they gave up in the bottom of the 6th back. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Bulldogs need 2 to tie, 3 to win. It is the Merchants 3 and the Bulldogs 1. This is ICL Baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping, as Joey Hodap takes ball 1. Hodap is 1 for 3 with a single. He skies this one into center field. Back goes Lozano all the way to the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch. Can't say it's a warning track, because there's no warning track at this field, but that was probably the hardest hit ball we've seen by the Bulldogs all game, and it results in the first out of the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Chris Bosco, who is 0 for 2. Walked and stole a base in the first, flew out to center in the third, and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 5th. Wants to bunt his way on, pulls back, and it's ball 1. And that catches the outside corner to even the count at 1. So Dominic Nardone, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 7 walks, but just 1 unearned run and 5 strikeouts is in line for the win. A big cut and a miss, 1 and 2. And it's Spencer Meyer working on the save here. A little reach and flipped foul and out of play. Remains 1 and 2. Lucky he made contact there. That pitch was just a couple inches off the dirt, in fact. He's late on this one as well, as this is fouled towards the Merchants' dugout and out of play. The Bulldogs, again, have left 9 men on base, 3 hits. They've drawn 7 walks. They've had a base runner in every inning except the third, and they've had at least 2 base runners in 4 of the 6 innings they've played thus far. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Bulldogs are down to their final out, and it'll be in the person of the first baseman, Kyle Brennan. Merchants looking to get to 5-3-1. They cannot jump the Blue Sox for third place, but they can get within 1 point of them. Strike 1 called. Brennan 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout, and he skies this one to center field. Lozano going back, and he reaches up and makes the catch. 2 fine catches in the bottom of the 7th to end the ball game by Bobby Lozano. And in a game that took 1 hour and 36 minutes, the winning pitcher is Dominic Nardone. Nardone improves to 1-1. The losing pitcher is Alex Mandrus, and Mandrus falls to 1-1. The save goes to Spencer Meyer. It is Meyer's first save of the season. The final totals for the Wakefield Merchants, who improved to 5-3-1, 11 points, 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left. And for the Reading Bulldogs, who fall to 3-4-1, 7th in the ICL, 7 points, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 9 left. Our player of the game is going to be Dylan Coster, 2 for 4 with 2 singles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. And also Dominic Nardone, 5 2/3 innings of 3-hit ball, getting the win. Spencer Meyer getting all 4 outs, retiring all 4 batters he faced for the save.
It's the 11th straight time on Day of Baseball that the visiting team has won.
So that marks the 11th straight game in the Day of Baseball that the visiting team has won, dating back to 2015. So, who's the visiting team in our next game, which we unfortunately will not be broadcasting, but well, next game of the Day of Baseball, assuming it finishes, will be, well, that's good news for the Somerville Royals as they face the Watertown Reds next. So with that said, this has been a presentation of Local Sports Production, serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2018, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Lexington Blue Sox host the Somerville Royals. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of this or any past LSP video broadcast at the LSP store. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Wakefield Merchants 3 and the Reading Bulldogs 1. My name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.